силы, да, начну.
Usually number one thing.
В общем, это для спины. Большинство тренирующихся, когда работают со спиной, прежде всего нужно занять правильную позицию. Когда мы двигаемся вперед, вниз, вы должны растягивать не здесь мышцы, а вот здесь вот. Да, вот здесь. И не ноги. Когда я тяну на себя назад, грудь вперед, локти назад, насколько возможно. Видите? И повторяем. Слишком легко мне здесь. Не надо вот туда вот тянуться вперед. Иначе вы не будете мышцами спины работать. Только позвоночник нагрузка пойдет. Держим грудь всегда вперед, наружу. Не нужно отклоняться назад. Обычно у меня тренер стоит за спиной и следит как раз за правильной посадкой. То есть он не позволяет мне отклоняться спиной назад. Это для того, чтобы толще были мышцы спины. Что еще можно сделать? Это для широты мышц. Так, держимся, руки ставим вот таким образом, помним. Не надо ставить руки слишком широко. Вообще это неестественная поза будет. Если мы руки поставим на концы, мы ставим руки где-то вот здесь. Достаточно, этой ширины достаточно. Опять же, в зависимости от того, какую часть спины вы хотите строить, вниз, середину или вверх, всегда держитесь где-то вот в середине. Нагрузка идет. Тогда вы будете именно на ширину мышцы работать. Не нужно выставлять локти вперед и вот так не делать. То есть они, естественно, должны располагаться. Мы ими не машем. Мы не прижимаем, не растопыриваем. Естественно. Так, это для ширины мышц. Так что я считаю, что это упражнение номер 1 для спины. Нет, я считаю, что упражнение номер 1 для спины это как у нас будет, да? Подтягивание. Я не знаю, смогу ли я вам где-то показать. Попробуй на этой палке. Подтягивание. Некоторые, большинство людей только на одно способны. И это нормально. Если делаете два, тоже нормально. Но нужно делать по два в течение получаса. Если вы делать можете одно подтягивание, делайте одно подтягивание, но работайте в целом 20 минут. Но я вам не прощу, если вы сделаете одно подтягивание и все на этом. Если вы говорите, да я только один раз могу подтянуться и все, и на этом останавливайтесь, работайте с этим, но работайте на протяжении времени, продолжайте делать одно подтягивание. На следующей неделе вы уже сможете сделать там 2 или 3 подтягивания. Опять же, это работа без утяжелителей, здесь работает ваш собственный вес, поэтому не пугайтесь, не сравнивайте себя ни с кем другим, то есть работайте в меру своих возможностей. Некоторые люди говорят, чтобы оправдать свою если я буду работать на станке, как делать тягу на себя, это то же самое, что подтягивание. На самом деле это совершенно разные вещи. Поэтому я считаю, лучшее упражнение для спины. Первое – подтягивание. Второе – тяга сидя. И покажу вам сейчас тягу на голову.
Так, ребят, сюда не надо заходить, давайте сюда.
Very, very important exercise. Yeah, I'll do it from the side. Again, you approach. You don't want to go to the you want to approach it where you concentrate on the exercise. Sure, your feet are placed right. You don't want to go too wide. Shoulder width apart. Back arch, sticking out your butt. You don't want to round it off. You want to do this, never. Yeah, make your elbows all the way up. Sometimes it's a little heavy, a little help, go down. Yeah. More natural up here, more natural. Right here, same like the low roll. Also, if you guys see the T-bar, T-bar, you usually go here. Sometimes you have same position, same thing, back. Position, same. Any that's bending over. Always knees slightly bent. And your back arch. Why you do this? Because you're taking pressure away from your lower back. Your lower back is very sensitive. You can hurt. Really bend over rolls. Injured in 5 times. remember the shoulder cap. It's 3 heads.
Помните, что здесь у нас головка плеча, 3 мышцы. Передняя, задняя и середина говорит.
When I look at you, the first thing you usually want to see is here.
Что я хочу видеть у вас здесь.
It's always, you know, now you're bodybuilding and you're going to do a back pose, then it's here, the rear delts.
Если вы хотите сделать
So I always start back door bicep.
зависит от того, что вы хотите показать, но я не буду да? Что-то что там более на это есть упражнение.
I have no dumbbells, I use this.
Есть такая я буду использовать.
And side laterals, first one. People still do this exercise wrong.
Все еще постоянно делается упражнение неправильно.
I'll show you the wrong way.
Я сейчас покажу, как надо делать.
Do this.
Пойдем в сторону.
I don't know what that is. People do this.
Так, еще делают.
That's about it. You know, again, with shoulders,
Итак,
chest up,
грудь вверх, плечи вверх.
and you want to do it with shoulder.
И вы делаете плечом.
And you control it on the way down. Just don't drop it.
И, естественно, мы держим плечо, когда опускаем натяжение, не просто роняем.
Always control.
Все время контролируем нагрузку.
Then you see the elbow?
И темная лодка находится, как работает.
Yeah, always higher.
Все время выше находится.
Don't drop the elbow.
Не опускайте локти вниз.
Don't drop it. Okay?
Не роняйте его. Вот так.
The elbow is up
Он
high.
все время должен выше быть.
Okay. And this is great for women.
Для женщин
They can always work the shoulders.
тоже работает.
No problem. Stay away from training your traps.
Когда женщина предупреждает, что вы не работаете над этими мышцами.
So many times you'll do this wrong. You'll use your traps. You don't want it. So women don't use that for your traps. Shoulders are great. That's one of the first ones. That's for the side. Another one for the side. I'll show you shoulder press. Shoulder press. This exercise, many times, very hard on that. Actually, you can do it in the front. The front, again, this works the side. So even though you're in the front, over here, see, look at my elbow. Natural right here. Only go up to your chin. The reason for that, if you go too low, the shoulder's resting. You don't want it to rest. Keep it on your chin. See, right there, it works. Here. Some people can do behind the neck. Go behind the neck. You will always have shoulder problems, long-term problems behind the neck.
Но у вас такие отсрочные проблемы с плечами, если вы делаете это упражнение за
Reason being, that you're forcing it.
потому что вы форсируете. Смотрите, видите, что вы делаете? Как естественное движение. Потому что специально загнали шаг за голову.
But what's better than barbell? Dumbbell. It's more natural. You actually do it. That was on the side of the head. Now we're going to go to the front. I'll show you two for the front. Of course, you all seen this one. Arnold's always doing it. Sometimes you go too high. That's too high. That's good enough right there. Your shoulder's already working. You go higher, you're working your traps. So this level right here. Right here, you don't touch. So you keep it pretty much forehead level. Okay? Like that, don't touch. Okay, that's one for the front dog. The other one, it's underhand lifts. Very short movement. Over here, not down here, right here. Only here to your eyes. Now that works the front again. Now we're going to go to the rear. The rear is difficult. The rear, you have to remember. Positioning of your elbows is very, very important. Show you. The rear, let's say my elbows are down. I'm doing back. Elbows are up. Shoulders, rear delts. Always remember, when you do shoulders, a lot of times this is not a rear delts is not a power movement. It's more, you want to stimulate the muscle enough for you actually better respond. A lot of times you go too heavy, automatically when you go heavy, you're going to use your strongest muscle, and that's going to be your back. Show you another great one for the width. Mind you, these exercises I just showed you, every one, again, is for each hand. This one, now this one, everybody always sees people do it. Go like this, close, right? See people do it. They go up. That works on only the traps. That's it. But to work the outer shoulders, go a little wider. way, you can just kind of stand like this.
Может, это ничего сложного нет. Вы встали правильно.
Down.
Правильный шаг назад.
Perfect. So now it's going to be all traps. Now this one is definitely over your chest. Your elbows are always going to be high. The elbows control where your shoulders position. That's for again, that's for width. That's to make your shoulders. Some people say, oh, I do 300 pounds, 500 pounds, 600. I tell them, okay, let's do it. When they do it 600 pounds, they do it. Want to know where you put the bar, so it's not on your neck. Always on the traps. Always on the traps. And leg position. With his height, and he's a little taller, different positioning. Yeah, so someone his height might go to squat. Someone his height might go to squat. Why? Because of your knees. Yeah, you don't want your knees to go away with your position. If he's tall and he does it too close, first thing, so a lot of times, how low can you go? As low as sitting down position. So a lot of times, just up. You don't want to slow your back. We believe you're going to sit on the toilet. have to put it on your clavicle. It's there, so it's very uncomfortable. But what this exercise does, it forces your back to stay straight. Why is it good? It's good for men, those big legs. It's good for women. Tight butt. It's your tight butt and it just forms your entire leg. And like I said, it works your overall body. Any other exercise?
Вверх груди.
This chest, the way I learned, for more power, is like powerlifting. Powerlifting, again, very different than bodybuilding. Bodybuilding, your elbows are a little bit higher. Go way down, basically squeezing. Powerlifting, a little bit closer, elbows down. It creates more power. It helps your chest. Again, it helps your power, but you want to use it to your advantage in building muscle for bodybuilding. Powerlifting is here. Boom. Bodybuilding. It's a little bit wider, right? But I use both. I use both for my advantage. I go wide enough. Keep the bar 1 inch. Keep the bar 1 inch away from your chest. That way, that way you create constant tension. Squeeze your chest at the top. Again, with this exercise, flat bench, it's not the best one. But why people do it? Because it's the most common. You're always going to do flat bench. But I always say, if you're going to go heavy and you want to build your chest, incline bench is better. Yeah, only because incline bench takes a lot of pressure away from the rotator cuff. Say most bench injuries, right here on the flat bench. go heavy. They, a lot of times when they go heavy, what happens? They go too low. Yeah, they can't control it. They can't keep 1 inch from the chest. So they go too low. And when you're that low, to pick up is not chest, it's shoulders. And then you tear. You usually tear this area because you go too low. So you want to keep the chest 1 inch. 1 inch away is always going to be your chest. Yeah, not your shoulders. Shoulders another day. And try to work out your shoulders and your chest 1 day in between. You do chest today, you do shoulders on Tuesday. Yeah, because it's already using your shoulders, so you don't want to do too much. Okay. Any other exercise?
Наверх груди.
Bicep. Bicep, again, try to go simple. There's no special exercise. Everything bicep is form. It's form. So it's always trying to keep your elbows to the side. Right on the side. You can actually curl your squeeze. A lot of times you can't handle the weight, it's too much weight. So what you do, now you're working your shoulders. So many times, see shoulder width. Again, so much in the main head. Control. All right. When you go and you start lifting your elbows, it's bicep day, not shoulder day. Good. So always make sure you control, get the negative, positive. Fine, you're going heavy. Last couple of reps, last 2, maybe do 15. You could do a little bit. Just a little. You want to push through it, but from the beginning, it's not good. So if you do from the beginning, it's going to be a bad habit. And a lot of times, and many times when they go usually down, they don't go all the way down. They do this. They think they're doing the weight. At the same, that's why you gotta extend the arm down. No. All right. Now. Upper chest? Yeah, it's an incline bench. That's why incline, I say, is better than flat. I don't know if there's an incline here. No incline. Yeah. But Yeah, for bicep. I keep showing you bicep. Incline bench is one of my favorites because, yeah, one of my favorites. Because when you do flat, it always works out the bottom. Your chest is always going to hang. The toughest part is always going to be the upper muscle. And for women, this exercise is better than flat. Yeah, women should stay with incline better because of the breast. Again, it helps you pick them up. Okay, when you do this again, right here, don't snap down. Right here. When you go up, make sure. Don't focus on touching the dumbbell. Focus on squeezing your chest. Squeeze your chest. Now that's the dumbbell press. Now dumbbell flies is different. Dumbbell press, you're building thickness. Again, up here, right here. Dumbbell flies, we're going to work out here. So it works the outer part of the chest. So when you do this, the best way to explain this exercise, make believe you're trying to help somebody. First, I'm going to show you the wrong way. People think it's a fly, but it's not a fly. Do this, they go, and then they drop the elbow. Drop the elbow. That's not a fly, that's a press. Don't try to go any lower. Any lower is your shoulder. Right here. Okay. Got that. It's definitely a good exercise. You can do this on flat. Flat is pretty safe too. It develops your chest and again balance because a lot of pushing, yeah, you're gonna get thicker. But the fly movement will give your chest more shape. The other exercise? Deadlift, the same way you approach the barbell row, the same way. That's how you approach it. Show this side and I turn it around. Again, you always bend your knees. As you bend your knees, you're taking out your butt. Why? Because I'm not using my spine. Close. Out. And when you're here, most people try to do this. Chest up. Down. Chest up. Down. Chest up. That's it. That's enough right there. Yeah. Check out your chest. Perfect. See? Look from the side. Okay. Going down. It gets very heavy. You want to do this. But go. You're taking away. We're not working the hamstring. Only quads. Lower back. Traps. Slam it, they drop the weight, it's a different way. I like controlling it from beginning. It's like resting, you know? I like keeping constant stress. It's a great exercise. It builds the base and it helps your squat. Yeah, no. You strengthen your lower back and that helps your squat. When you do squats, you get stronger, a stronger base. Most people that squat the heaviest have a strong torso. Women have to be careful when they do this. They can still do it, but for their benefit, you don't want to build a big waist. But for women, it is good. It does help the waist. Let's just stick to lighter weights and more reps.
Ремень не используют?
Can use, of course. A belt is very important, especially if you're going very heavy. Let's say you're doing this. Don't use a belt only because you want to use it's not that heavy. Again, you want to get the most out of it. If you're going extremely heavy, doing squat, same thing. One plate, usually not too heavy. Again, you know, but to be safe, yes. Because the problem with squats, you know, it's good to use the belt because you have to remember a lot. You have to remember your foot positioning, your foot, putting the bar on your shoulders, chest up. And then how low you want to go. And then usually squats, some people they do this, they go and they lock the knee. You don't want to do that. Like always always a slight bend. It's the same like doing chest. Chest, 1 inch away, is keep a slight bend, 1 inch away. Always constant stress. With squats, you can practice. I always tell people to practice like this. Yeah, start with a bar. Yeah, but definitely a belt is very important. But take it off in between sets. Go ahead.
Большое упражнение.